This video vignette is on what is arthritis in terms that you can understand. You know, the fun thing about arthritis, if there is anything fun about arthritis, is that it's relatively easy to understand. But in order to understand it, you need to know a few simple concepts about a joint. A joint, like your hip joint or your knee joint or finger or elbow or any other joint in your body, is where two bones come together. So I'm going to draw you a joint, and this is going to be a knee joint. You've got a bone above and a bone below, and where those two bones come together is your knee joint. Now, don't get me wrong, bones are wonderful because they're very strong. In order to be strong, they have to be made of something hard called calcium hydroxyapatite, which is basically as hard as rock. And hard things do not do well rubbing on hard things. So you got to have a cushion in between these two bones. That cushion is called cartilage. I'm going to draw the cartilage in. Now this cartilage is amazing stuff because it decreases the amount of friction between the two bones to less than 1/8 of the amount of friction of an ice skate on ice, if you can imagine that. It's amazing. Man has never created a bearing as efficient as a normal knee joint, and it's all due to this stuff right here, called cartilage. The reason that that is important is because, and this is probably the most important thing you're going to learn on this whole website, the reason why this is important is because arthritis is simply caused by loss of the cartilage that lines the ends of the bone. And there are two types of arthritis. There's osteoarthritis, OA, osteoarthritis, and there is inflammatory arthritis, like rheumatoid arthritis. Osteoarthritis is simply caused by wearing away that cartilage. It's a mechanical phenomenon. It's like when your brake pads in your car wear out. When there are students in the operating room with me and they see an arthritic joint for the first time, they say, well, let me just draw you an arthritic joint. So imagine you're a student in the operating room and you see something like this. And when you see something like this, then you can see this light bulb go off in the student's eyes, because for the first time they understand what arthritis is, just like you now. For the first time, you're really understanding what arthritis is. And what's causing the arthritis is simply loss of that cartilage that lines the ends of the bone. No cartilage, in other words, bone on bone. And that's what causes arthritis. It's simply caused by wearing away the cartilage. Now, we talked about two types of arthritis: osteoarthritis, where it's caused by the cartilage is lost because it's worn away. And then there's inflammatory arthritis, like rheumatoid arthritis, where the cartilage is lost because the body is allergic to its own cartilage, and it destroys the cartilage. Fortunately, inflammatory arthritis is relatively rare. The most common type is osteoarthritis. So now you know what causes arthritis. So if somebody comes down the street and says, hey buddy, do you know what causes arthritis? What are you going to say? That's right. You're going to say it's caused by wearing away the cartilage. And so I told you this was easy.